Now regarding the types of enclosures, you could have three types. For smaller applications, for smaller projects such as small machines or just a small part of the technology, let's go to products, and then you would use compact enclosures. These are normally wall mounted, so you would mount them on the wall, and often the cables are gonna go inside the cabinet via the roof plate. The second scenario, for larger machines, you would have a so-called freestanding enclosure. So that one is gonna, as the name says, freely stand on the floor, and typically this is one field, one enclosure. Once again, to products, enclosures, enclosure systems, and freestanding. Let's go to AutoCAD to see this example. So this example over here, this would be a wall mounted. It's a fairly small cabinet with not a lot of elements inside, and 600 times 800 in this case millimeters. And then these two would be an example of a freestanding enclosure. So just one field, one enclosure, and with all the equipment inside. Over here also, this one is in height of 1800 millimeters with the base of 100, and also in this case this is a 2000 in height for the enclosure, and then additional 100 millimeters for the base. We're gonna talk about the accessories and the base and everything else later on in the course. For now, just an example. So the wall mounted for smaller applications, then the freestanding single enclosure, and then of course you would have being enclosure system or several interconnected enclosures which form a whole system. And in my case over here in AutoCAD, this would be this case. And typically in those systems, when you have a lot of cabinets, a lot of enclosures that are interconnected, so connected on the sides, you would then configure all the elements, including the side panels. So in certain scenarios, you wouldn't want to have side panels. For example, these bus bars over here could be connected through these two enclosures. In that case, this side panel and this side panel, you wouldn't need them, and you would just mount this bus bar system from this point all the way to the end, to the right side of this enclosure, of course. As I said, these are three typical scenarios depending on the size of your project.